Hello, my collective. This is a collective message and oracle message actually, for January 2022. I am going to use the energy that I sense from the cards and interpret that into something that I hope that can be useful to you. I'm feeling some really interesting energies, if you will, in the collective overall energy lately. I actually was a part of I experienced an earthquake for the first time in like 20 years last week, and it scared the bejesus out of me. So there's that. Lots of fun. I will list all of the messages below, all the decks that I use rather below. Well, I talk much. I can't talk, can I? And please subscribe and like my videos. I hope to get more of these out to you more frequently. Just been working insane amounts of hours and trying to focus my energy and going through life's challenges like everybody else, I think. So, first, I'm just gonna pull some cards and I'm gonna go with the flow. I'm not gonna do any sort of Celtic cross or any sort of traditional tarot spread. I'm just gonna kind of do life. So let's see where the energy takes us, shall we? Let's go. Okay, the first card that jumped out of the deck is the Eight of Wands. It's the Eight of Wands. Let's see, the Eight of Wands. Another card, please. So in regards to life, love, and career, we've got Justice. Actually, I'm going to just put the major arcana here. So I think the overall message and energy for the reading is going to be focused around this Justice card. Let me move the quartz out of the way. Two more cards popped out. I should really take them all at the same time. So the Six of Pentacles in reverse and the Two of Pentacles actually, but they fell on the floor. I don't usually take those, so I'm not going to. Let's see. On the split, we have the Two of Swords in reverse. Top of the deck. Ten of Swords upright. Lots of swords, lots of air energy. So if you're dealing with somebody who, or if you're inquiring about somebody who is an air element sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, then please, this might have something to do with you. It feels very, wow, it's just a really interesting vision I'm seeing right there. Followed by the Three of Swords. Yikes. Okay, so far what I feel and what I'm really getting from these cards is that justice, I mean overall, justice is getting ready to be served. And I don't know if somebody, I mean, I get a very strong sense of, with this Eight of Wands and the Ten of Swords, these both kind of look like, I'm feeling swords on both of them, but I just feel like they kind of look like bars. Like perhaps somebody's in jail or somebody is getting ready to be put behind bars. Two of Swords in reverse. So something that truth should have been spoken and things probably should have been taken apart, but maybe weren't. It looks like, this kind of looks like, other than the Chanel, like a strange Chanel version of the Chanel sign, this kind of looks like two people pulling, like hooks, pulling apart, trying to pull apart. And what this is reminding me of, or what this says to me, is that there was this Eight of Wands situation, which is mostly a good energy, just sort of like going forth and being, having the ability to create and move forward and do all the things that you need to do and do it with passion and fire and all those things. But because for some reason this actually looks like a sword to me, I don't know why. Maybe because it's kind of shaped the same way. I don't know. Usually this is like, you know, you should have, I almost get like justice needed to be served. Like the scales need to balance out. You probably knew it. The Eight of Wands usually means progress, you know, rapid action being taken. But the Two of Swords in reverse, I feel like instead of splitting apart or truth being spoken and people's parting ways, I feel like that was held on to maybe for a little too long on your part, guys, because it turns into the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Swords is, you know, mucho pain, lots of pain, hurt, being backstabbed, sort of the Judas, like believing one thing it's going to be, but it's not that. It's like betrayal, stabbed in the back, no warning, leaving you feeling betrayed. And you know, what should you do? Should you let it go? Should you keep on going? Well, in the reading, the next is the Three of Swords. And so what I find out, what I feel really truthfully, is that a lot of you guys had an intuition. What I'm sensing is you had an intuition that there was something else or somebody else in the mix, whether it's, you know, some sort of dishonesty, some sort of betrayal from the person you're inquiring about. And this actually comes to light, but not until after you're backstabbed. Thankfully, overall, you do have the Justice, which is sort of, like I said, balancing the scales. So I really feel like if this is your circumstance and I'm speaking to you, then this is something that you will find out eventually, that there was a third party or there was some other thing pulling at your person's heart, and it really broke your heart. And I'm so sorry for you, that those of you who experienced this. Yeah, so let me get a little bit about your person. Let's see. Your person. So, Six of Pentacles. Just making sure you guys can see all of this. Six of Pentacles. Tell me a little bit about this person. So I've got, so far it's Earth energy. So Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. You've got wow, you've got the Wheel of Fortune. It started actually with this, the Princess of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so to interpret. There was another card that flew out, and it was the Six of Wands, which would have led you, like you would have this other six. It's a lot of this, let me adjust the camera, this mirroring energy going on between you and your person. I don't know if you've noticed that, but definitely going on. So let me see what this imagery on the decks are giving me. It's giving me quite a bit to consider right now, and I'm feeling a couple different things. I really feel like, even though I pulled on this as your person, I feel like the Six of Pentacles, which would be this balancing of giving and taking in the relationship, giving and taking energy. Princess of Pentacles, I feel like perhaps, just perhaps, this is more of what should have been. So perhaps there wasn't as much give and take as there should have been. And I think that because you felt like something was wrong up here, not knowing necessarily, or maybe now you do know that there was, you know, this third party or other energy pulling for your person's focus. You sort of, the Princess of Pentacles is sort of like a thirst for knowledge. You probably went into like sort of a detective phase, if you will. I would say spying, but we won't say that, will we? the detective phase. And perhaps you laid down the law there with the Ace of Swords. You spoke your truth, or you spoke some truth, and not necessarily nicely. What I get from this card actually really strongly is it's almost like this is you. And actually the roles could be reversed. It could be your partner as well, but they sort of, this person, sort of this princess, kind of gets all her information together, cups it in a ball, just kind of like look at all this information. But if you notice, the like information is sort of like glowing up her arm and sort of starting to change her a little bit. Could be a he also, just saying the information and the knowledge of such things is starting to change a person, not necessarily for good or bad. But notice the color matches on these. This green, or this blue-green energy here is then made into this, it's taken with all the truth, all the knowledge gained, and here's this sword. Like, you're gonna come to take the sword and cut things asunder, and asunder they shall go to different places. But either way, I believe that when you find out about whatever it is up here, even though you tried to hold on and tried to keep things together, and perhaps even the person went to jail or went to prison, and you still tried to keep it together, and you found out when they were in there that, you know, there was this other snaky third party. Whatever the situation, obviously, you got the knowledge because things were not balancing out. I don't think things were like really equaling out. Maybe it looked like it on the outside, but it's not really that on the inside. And so you spoke your truth and found yourself in this Wheel of Fortune. So, because you see, you've got Justice and you've got the Wheel of Fortune. So 2 major arcana. That Wheel of Fortune, I think, is created because you finally stopped. You stopped giving to the situation that was somewhat unfair, well, very unfair. And perhaps even, I'm getting a vibe off of this of like a lot of arguing, a lot of fighting, a lot of abuse, whether it's mental, physical, spiritual abuse. You could be dealing with a, like I said, heavy air sign and fire signs in this message. I've got, so that's air would be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and fire would be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Yeah, definitely with the 6 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, I'm getting sort of a younger, not younger, but like younger in the zodiac fire sign, so maybe like a Sag or Aries, something mutable or cardinal, not a fixed sign. I don't think this is Leo. Although the Wheel of Fortune does kind of remind me of that, the mane on a lion. If you can see that, I don't know if you can see that. A little bit closer, there you go. So eventually, what I think, once you spoke the truth, this leads to your victory. So the 6 of Wands is like, this is you're on stage, you're performing, you are, you know, you're living your best life. You've taken that next step, previously being in this sad state of confusion. I think coming out of that, speaking your truth with that Ace of Swords, you're coming into this place of like, okay, yeah, I can let the confusion go. I'm free. Victory is mine. So that's going to be where you're at. I'm going to go ahead and clarify a couple things. I'm going to try to... I want to clarify the... let's clarify the 10 of Swords and that 3 of Swords. I'm really feeling there needs to be clarity there. So, because see, this is 2, 3, it's progression, but in between that you've got this backstabbing, you've got this or jail or impending because of the Justice card, court, and somebody in the collective gets betrayed. Somebody gets betrayed and they didn't see it coming because the 2 of Swords is in reverse. Yep, okay, so you've got the 3 of Materials to clarify the 2 of Swords, 3 of Materials, so 3s, usually that's a good thing, but with the 2 of Swords in reverse, that is a clarifier, followed by this Hermit card. that all says to me that you saw something, you knew what it was, but you doubted yourself. You went into the hermit mode. You probably took that, took time to yourself, tried to figure things out when you started getting, your intuition, following your intuition guidance and spiritual foresight. And I really see it as, at that time, perhaps at that time, because I don't know, with this overall reading, I'm getting a very strong feeling of whoever you're dealing with, or like I said, it could be reversed. There's a very strong, oh, excuse me guys, codependent vibe here. Also narcissistic, which usually those go together anyway, until one person levels up or gets spiritual healing. Just want to verify this really quickly. I don't, with the Three of Materials, this is the Muse deck by Christine Ann. And with this deck, they are supposed to be read sort of based on what you feel and how this, like the Muse, like it's called, as it inspires you, rather. Keywords. So the magic of collaboration, singlehood, teamwork, group dynamics, relationships and responsibilities, mentor students, getting along, helping one another. Okay, so that's the normal Three of Materials, but because it's with this Two of Swords, it's to clarify that. I really feel like perhaps it was somebody that was close to you, or somebody that you know. You had a feeling that somebody you know was the one who was the third party, or at least influencing your relationship somehow, which obviously your relationship was hard enough. That had to have been terrible, and I'm so sorry if that's your message. I do know what that feels like, and I am sorry. I know that's hard. But it looks like when you went into this hermit phase, when you went into the phase to think and consider and to really try to figure out what's what, because you can't just go on hunches, right? You have to figure things out and make decisions yourself. That's when the Ten of Swords happened. The Ten of Swords happened, and you were backstabbed. And that speaks to me of somebody you knew, or perhaps you actually decided to go ahead and take a chance on the person you were with and trust them, and it backfired. I mean, not in the normal sense of backfiring, but it backfired. Excuse me, I was thirsty. I needed water. Because you ended up being heartbroken with that Three of Swords. Completely heartbroken. But fear not, justice and the wheel will come, Justice is happening, was happening, karmic justice anyway. And I know a lot of people say, well, whatever happened to me, can't happen to them, because it would require the persons to know that that's the kind of person that they are. And that's not true all the time. Narcissists and different people have, different weaknesses, and just like you do, and like we all do. So don't fear. Things do balance out. It's just not our job to do it. Let's clarify the Three of Swords. Ooh, Three of Swords is clarified by the Five of Inspiration, which is that confusion energy. That really reminds me of a narcissist, though, for sure. They're somebody looking in the mirror, or somebody who's super paranoid, looking behind their shoulders, like behind their shoulder, and always constantly wondering if they're going to be found out. Like they know they're fake. They're not sure which version of themselves to be. This is somebody who is like perhaps just trying to figure things out. So this could be you or them, but like I really do feel like you guys are mirroring each other. Like I said in the beginning, you've got the 6 and 6, the Three of Swords, the Three of Materials, the Five of Inspiration, which is Five of Wands. You've got the Six of Wands down here. You've got the Six of Pentacles. So you've got a lot of mirroring energy. Clarify again on the Three of Swords. Tell me a little bit about the other person. The other person that we're inquiring about, the third party person. What is this person like? Who is it? Whew. Okay. Okay, so we've got the Five of Materials. is the Five of Pentacles. This is somebody who's in deep, deep, deep regret over money lost. So this could have been a financial transaction or somebody who just came in and was taking from. It speaks of somebody who regrets, who's sad and regretful over past investment and things that they put their time and energy into. And this card, what's really standing out to me right now is how this just looks like a spider web. I don't know if you can see that, but and let's get a little closer. Wow. It almost looks like this person is just mummified and like curled up, and you know, whatever this entity is here, it just keeps wanting more and more and more. But it's like, this is the past. This was the door they walked through. This is the wide and pleasant path they walked through to get here, and then bam, they found some black widow or something like covered them with this. It almost looks like web, but it's not, but it looks like that a little bit to me. And again, you have the 5 and 5, so you've got the 5 of inspiration, which is wands in this deck, and the 5 of materials, which is pentacles. So lots of mirroring energy. I'm just really, it's a very interesting message. What this says to me is because karma is balancing itself out, and because the Wheel of Fortune is turning, this is a time when this could turn either way. I feel like, okay, don't hate me because I'm going to say this, but I feel like whatever happened, you both had a part to play. Obviously, nobody's good, no one is worse than the other necessarily, although I'm sure there are worse things that, you know, were done or not. And oh my gosh, I cannot make this up. I just got the Wheel of Fortune again in this deck in reverse, followed by, you ready for this, the Ace of Materials, which is the Ace of Pentacles, followed by the Page of Inspiration, which is the which is like the Princess, but it's of Wands. So collective. Wow. So this is like divinely, well, this is kind of spooking me out actually. Woo, holy moly. Could you possibly get some more? Like, the best thing you did was go in. Like, if this was going on right now for me, which it might be, actually, to be honest with you, it might be going on for me too. I mean, look at that. You've got all these, like, I can't with this whole reading. This is like, okay. So the person that you're dealing with is either your twin flame or you guys are extremely bonded, whether it's a soul tie or a strong connection. It's extremely probably toxic or has been toxic at one point or another. I'm going to tell you that whatever's happened has led to a point or is coming to a crescendo right now where some fated event is going to happen. It looks to be something to do with the law, legal system. It does look like the truth is going to prevail, obviously, and that you will come out victorious. But wow, just a lot of mirroring. Like, you guys could be inversely opposite or some other thing. You guys could be having similar experiences, maybe 10 years apart or 5 years apart or something. Wow, okay, and I was gonna end the reading and clarify the whole thing, all these things, just to sum them up, and I pulled a card, and it's the Death card. Death card. Death, transformation, rebirth, the ending of a cycle. Whoa. And the beginning of something new. So, collective. Yep. Yeah. You've got another page here. Page of voices. To clarify the Death card. Looking more closely into something. Voices are swords, speaking the truth, going forth, being real, being honest, being truthful with yourself and others. And if you are dealing with a legal case, I can't give you too much advice, but I would say that perhaps not trying to take the position of sitting back and listening more, being prepared, of course, but allowing the other person to speak and say what they will, because I have a feeling that, wow, you ended your reading with this card. Are you joking me? With the Justice card. Holy crap. Okay. Woo! Okay, I don't get this excited about readings like ever. Started with justice, you ended justice. So karma will be completely served in this case with the person you're inquiring about. And whoa, that's a lot of energy. There will be an end to this cycle, whatever it is, and there will be a new beginning. Not necessarily with this person, I'm not going to say that, but with someone, where, you know, your card for the one card that you had going forward was that Six of Wands card, this victory card. It's really standing out. I believe that you will have the victory in the end, but it's a very, very tough call, because the karma in this situation is unreal. 2 Wheel of Fortunes, 2 Justice cards. Are you kidding me? What an energy. What a flippin' energy, guys. Okay, I'm going to end this reading because, frankly, I'm blown away. That's all I can say. Okay. I love you guys, and good luck. And just know that, you know, karma is balancing things out. So I hope you guys are on the right side of that wheel. And yeah, Godspeed.